Welcome to Hot Flash Chronicles, where midlife is messy, menopause is madness, and we're sweating through it together.
We're Angie and Shelly, two caffeine-fueled, slightly inappropriate grandmas who say what everyone's thinking.
So grab a drink, crank up the AC, and let's dive in.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Hot Flash Chronicles. My name is Angie.
I'm Shelly.
And today, Shelly and we're doing kind of a bonus episode because we are in Napa Valley, California.
Yep.
We are in the heart of wine country. We're on a girls' trip for our birthdays. My birthday was yesterday and hers is tomorrow. And we decided instead of just re-releasing an episode like we've done the last two, because we've been on vacay, we decided we were going to record a podcast from the property that we're on. So you might hear running water. You might hear people in the background. We're literally
You might hear an airplane.
You might hear an airplane. You might hear cars or a horn. But what you're going to get is authentic conversation in Napa. And Shelly, you're going to pour us each a glass of wine.
Absolutely.
We haven't had any wine yet today. So here we go. Go ahead and hit it.
That's pretty good.
If you're listening to this, then just know you're missing out. Yes. So we went
Sauvignon Blanc.
Sauvignon Blanc, Sauv Blanc. Okay, so here's what we decided we wanted to talk about. There's something that is known in Italy as la Dolce Vita, which is the sweet life. And the whole concept, I was taught this concept, you're hearing wine glass clinking. I was taught this concept by Karen Marie, who is a photography educator and a good friend of mine. She lives in Lake Como in Italy. And she was explaining to me probably a year and a half ago about the whole philosophy that they have in Italy about La Dolce Vita. Cheers.
Cheers.
Popes. We're going to have a sip of wine. The concept of La Dolce Vita, it's really good. The concept of La Dolce Vita is the sweet life. So taking a moment to stop and enjoy the experiences, the moments, the bite of food, the sip of wine, the laughter in the air, the breeze, the flowers, just slowing down. And something that we're both feeling on this trip is we really need to slow down. Yeah. So in our country, which we're in the United States, in our country, it's go, go, go. Everything is instant gratification. It's very like fast food, quick service. What's the next thing? We're very hustle bustle.
More work, more money, more
all of the things. So it's very much that hustle mentality, and the everything has to be as quick and as at your fingertips as possible. Whereas in Europe, the many places I've been in Europe, they all are sit down and stay a while, have a conversation.
It's not a coincidence that the people who are reporting having the happiest lives and living the longest and being the healthiest are almost all over in Europe. There's
what a coincidence.
Very little of that. I think it's Sweden that's number one, I believe. Or maybe it's Finland. I can't remember. It's a Scandinavian country. But this idea, and something like Angie said that we've been feeling, is that it's important to create what we're now going to call core memories. Like it's important to have moments where you file those
touchstone moments.
Yeah.
Those touchstones of like, right. I need to be intentional in this moment.
Yeah.
And we were at lunch today. We went to, what was the name of the market?
Oxbow Market.
Oxbow Market. And then we went to lunch at a little cafe that was right off of there. And we had this beautiful carbonara and this bread that was like, you guys know I love my bread.
It had this delicious butter.
The butter was so creamy, and it had lava rocks, volcanic salt. And it was just one of those things like, and the waiter's like, oh, sorry, we had a big party. We only have one chef. I was like, we are so not in a hurry right now. And we just sat and enjoyed every bite. We split a meal, and we just enjoyed every bite, every sip, every giggle, every word that was shared between besties.
Yep.
And why are we not doing this more?
Yeah, that should be something that happens.
This should be the norm.
It shouldn't have to be a vacation. That's what we have.
That's really good wine, by the way.
Yeah, it is really good.
Sorry.
That is what we've done, is we've now lumped this into slowing down the pace, taking a moment to breathe and relax and enjoy things, maybe for a few days a year while we're on vacation. And I can tell you that's not enough.
No, and I think that one of the things that when you get into menopause and you have like your kids are launched and you have all of the, like you're in a little more empty nest situation, you realize how important those little moments are and you start to prioritize them. And I feel like that prioritization is the thing that we need to absolutely focus on putting intention into.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're sitting in, like we had talked about, I had a stomach procedure that like reduces the size of your stomach. So right after I had that done, I was like, oh, I can only eat a quarter of cup of food at a time. I better make that really count. So it's like, what do I really, really want? I want the crab,
Yeah.
right? So we decided today on the carbonara because that sounded like the best choice.
I
It wasn't
always
like,
like to eat something that I don't think I'll necessarily be able to get locally at home. And we were kind of deciding between like having the burger or having the nice carbonara.
it was a bougie burger.
It was a bougie burger, but I'm like, I feel like the carbonara is going to be the thing that I can't get when I'm at home. So when I travel, I try to make it a special occasion or have a special moment, experience the things I can't experience in your home. And that's why sometimes also though vacations get a lot of pressure on them to be relaxing, to be
Or to have
rejuvenating.
an agenda or an itinerary and like, what are we doing tomorrow? We got this museum and then we have this thing and da da da. Now, to be fair, tomorrow is Shelly's 60th birthday. And we are at the crack of dawn
The real crack of dawn.
going on a hot air balloon ride. Because why wouldn't you? La Dolce Vita, right?
Right.
The sweet life. Live that sweet life.
Dolce Vita.
We're going to be up real early. So that is something that you have to plan in advance. But today we were very much like, where is the wind going to carry us?
Yeah.
We didn't have anything set in stone. It's like, what do we want to do today? Let's just see what falls in front of our feet.
Let's see what unfolds.
Let it unfold in front of us, right? Yeah. So she's like, oh, what do you want for lunch? It's like, let's just walk around and we'll hit something.
We'll find
There was a Battle of the Bands thing going in downtown Napa, which is where we're staying. So tomorrow we're doing a hot air balloon ride at sunrise.
Yep, at sunrise. And then we've got some things planned, but we're really trying to balance. There's some things you won't get to do them unless you sign up farm and plan.
Sure.
So we're trying to balance.
Stacking the itinerary to it's like, okay, now we're going here and now we're going here. It's like,
yeah, you don't want to
just chill. Yeah. Just chill for a minute. And that's really the era that we're in right now. Yeah. It's like, it's just not that deep. It's not that deep. It's
more important for me to make those core memories than it is to get a lot of stuff done and to achieve this now and to do this level of success and to work 3 jobs so I can have a house and so I can, like, I did all that and I don't want to do it anymore.
We want to enjoy the fruits of our, like all of the hard work we put in. But the culture around here is very much, in the States, the culture is very like hustle, 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 go like.
It's do more, get more, be more, and it's exhausting.
It is exhausting. And we had Sue Bryce on a couple weeks ago as a guest. She was our first guest. And oh my gosh, what a treat that was.
Yeah,
one of the biggest lessons I've learned from her, and I've learned so many lessons, stop trying to binge grow. So binge growing is like you're trying to consume everything, like how to do something all at once so that you can grow and explode, but you're not taking the time to do it right.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to binge grow and get there faster, find the fast track, find the quickest way there, first of all, you're not going to enjoy the journey. And second of all, you're going to mess up. So take it like take a chill.
Yeah.
Like just settle down.
We have a lot of anxiety and a lot of us right now are living under a lot of pressure, a lot of expectation. We're fighting to have careers that are going to let us have the things that you didn't used to have to fight so hard to get, like having a house nowadays and having a car and going on a nice vacation with your family every year is way, way harder to do than it was even 10 or 15 years ago.
Right.
So now we're having to work really, really hard and push ourselves even more to have things that were quite a bit easier to have 25 years ago. And now we don't want to lose stuff. So there's a lot of anxiety and a lot of pressure to even float in the water and just keep your little feet doggy paddle.
Right, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. And it's like, maybe I want to float.
Yeah.
maybe I don't want to swim. Maybe I just want to like
Yeah.
get on a floaty and
And
hang
that,
out. Like it doesn't have to be a race.
that might mean changing things in your life and changing the things you have and won't have in your life to be able to exchange that for, there's a reason why people all of a sudden started moving into tiny homes. They started reducing,
Minimizing, curating their lives, like
Yeah.
curating their stuff so that you don't have, like, how many carrot peelers do I need?
Right.
Really?
Yeah. How much consumerism
Yeah.
do I need to live a happy, balanced life? And that's where that tiny homes movement started. And it's where people started going and living in their RVs and traveling and seeing the country. Because now people can telecommute. It opened up opportunities to reduce the bigness of the
Right.
expense of how you live and to create the core memories. Some people would rather live out of a van and sleep in a sleeping bag in a van, but get to go out and see the Grand Canyon.
Right. I value experiences more than things.
Yeah.
Now. So today, like just strolling through downtown Napa, hitting these little stores, there was like cute little vintage store. Ooh, what kind of bug is that? I don't know what that is.
A guest bug.
Guest bug on the show. Like running through all of these, we did olive oil tasting. I had a spicy iced coffee that was so good. We went to a spice store and I got some really good stuff to try to replicate said coffee.
We had a bourbon iced coffee.
We did, and
That
we
was
had
amazing.
some really incredible artisan chocolates that were made here. Two different places we did olive oil and different vinegar tastings.
Yeah.
Instead of wine tasting. We haven't done a wine tasting yet. I mean, we kind of did at Lavendi.
Yeah.
Lavendi? Lavendi.
I
don't know
think
how
it's
to say it.
Lavendi.
But
Sorry, Christopher, for saying that wrong, but your wine's delicious.
and last night we went to a Mediterranean dinner for my birthday, and we had a braised short ribs that were done in like a pomegranate cab sauv situation, and it was, oh my God, like these are the moments, like we work hard and we do all of these things, and it's like we put in the time and we've done the hustle culture, but for what? Like it goes back to what Sue said a couple episodes. What do you want? What do you want? And if you don't know what you want, you're living somebody else's life. Isn't that brilliant?
Yeah.
So, you know what I want is to hang out in Napa with my best friend on my birthday.
Yeah.
Tick.
And
Done.
the thing is like a lot of people will say, I can't do that. I can't afford to do it. I can't stop the pace. I can't stop the rat race. I'm in the trenches right now.
Survival mode. You're not in thrive, you're in survive.
And just so you know, that is a real thing. Like there was probably a decade and a half where I did not take one vacation.
Yep.
When I was in my 30s.
Most of my life I've been in survival mode.
Yeah, I was in
I'm
my
only
30s,
recently in thrive mode.
and I was raising my kids and it just wasn't possible. And I would say I understand completely that not everybody can just drop everything and go hang in Napa with their bestie. But I will say there were absolutely times when I could have slowed down for a moment and just enjoyed something, even if it was local, even if it was for a day. And I just didn't because my mindset wasn't there. There are tons of things you can do locally and in your own world, even when you have kids, even if it's creating core memories with your kids, going to the zoo for a day, going to the park for a day, just slowing things down and not making all your chores and doing all your errands on your 2 days off a week because now you just got to get into the next week.
Right.
It's
like the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. It's like, how about you enjoy the thing that you're in? Yeah. And even if we have like limited commodities or resources, whether it's time or finances or energy, we're choosing whatever phase you're at in life, whatever era you're in, you're choosing how to spend those resources. So saying, oh, I don't have time to go to the gym, it's like, well, okay, but you spent like an hour and a half in like on Instagram. So, I mean, we all have the same block of time and how we choose to spend it. Yes, we have things that like require our attention. But if something is really important to you, we will find a way. Like that's something I've been taught in photography is like, I'm not a cheap photographer, but if somebody really wants something, they will find a way to pay for it. Yeah. So all of these people that are like, oh, I can't afford the photography. It's like, do you have an iPhone?
beauty products like makeup.
Yeah,
That's
it's like
in all the
people
times,
choose.
even when the economy is not going well, beauty, makeup, perfume, all that stuff still does real well because women prioritize that very highly in their list of what they'll spend on. And that's a choice. Like I do that. I mean, I know that
Right.
I like having the things that I like, but it's just that even teenage girls will spend a bulk of their money on very expensive makeup. That's something that is important to them. So it's about what you make important to you.
Right.
You can, we tend to find a way to make that happen. Um, and it might be by reducing or minimizing what the thing is. Like instead of going to Napa for the day, maybe you live in Oregon and you go to a local Oregon winery for the day.
Or like, what can you do?
Yeah, what
If
can
you
you get
can't,
that
like,
done?
if you can't go to Italy, what can you do?
Yeah,
Can you figure out how to make a carbonara at home?
yeah,
Can you have a little tour of Italy in your own kitchen?
yeah.
Like, can you do a date night to where you do a picnic at a park where you're making this beautiful bruschetta or having a glass of wine?
There's way to make
Like
core memories.
people usually have some sort of
Yeah.
resources. If you have any sort of resources, you can choose how to use them.
It's
So
it's like
it's not just financial, it's
the
time and
thing
energy,
is
all of
we
those things.
associate a trip to Napa, a trip to the zoo, a thing, and a destination thing as, oh, this is going to be a wonderful thing. It's creating a core memory. And what we are missing is that it's not actually that it's Napa. It's not actually that it's a day at the zoo. It's that the core memory is created with usually whoever else you want involved
Right.
in this adventure. And the connection you feel with them on this thing that you're doing, that's actually what gets remembered.
Yeah.
And it just so happens that it happened in Napa. Angie and I could create a core memory in her studio, sitting and having a cup of coffee and a really memorable conversation.
Right.
So it's about creating space to connect with other people or nature or whatever it is that will bring you that sense of calm and self and breathing. And
Right.
just, I'm in this moment here. That's why some people like to meditate,
Right.
and that's grounding themselves. And that's the thing is we're missing is we're groundless.
Right.
There's not a lot of grounding, and there's a
It's
very
like,
big,
what's next? What's next? What's next? And
yeah,
it's like,
no
how about
stop.
sitting in the thing? When I photographed weddings, I very often would talk to the bride and groom at the consult about, you're spending a lot of time right now planning this perfect day, right? You're spending a lot of time and money planning the perfect day for the two of you. And something that I've noticed that people can have a tendency to do is, okay, we did this. Now the next thing is this. And it's like, instead of sitting in the moment and enjoying the cocktail hour appetizers that they chose, they're like, okay, now we have to go do
We have to get
this.
ready to
Now
go
we
do
got
the
to do.
cake. We have to go get ready for the
Right.
first dance. We
Like,
have
well,
to
what
go.
time is the DJ going to do? And they're so stuck in ticking the thing off of the agenda, they're not enjoying the thing that they're currently ticking. So I always tell them, or told them, I don't really do weddings that much anymore. What I want you to do is throughout the day, first of all, recognize that things are going to go wrong. Something's going to fuck up. It's okay. As long as you're married at the end of the day, everybody has something go wrong.
Sure.
Something's going to happen. So if it doesn't go right, that's fine. You're still married. But check in with yourself and each other. Like when you're standing at the altar and you're reciting your vows, I want you to intentionally take a moment to be present in the moment and look out and do a mental imprint of each of the faces that you see. All of these people that are here supporting this decision you're making to spend your life with this partner, they're all here in support of that. So be present in that instead of, oh, as soon as we do this, we're going to go do pictures. Then we have this. Then, oh, we have to do the garter toss. And don't forget the Cupid shuffle dance. Like all of these things, it's like next thing. It's like stop and be present in this day that you've created for yourselves and enjoy all of these little decisions you're making right now.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the favors on the day of. Don't worry about if your Aunt Betsy is getting along with your Uncle Ricky. Like none of that matters. Just sit and enjoy all of the planning and let your people do the things for you. And I have had so many brides say that conversation literally changed their whole day because when things would go wrong, they're like, It's not that deep.
Yeah, it's
We're still
not
gonna
that
be
deep.
married. Like,
We're the
and
only
they would
people that
sit
are
and
gonna
like,
even think of that.
instead of making sure they go and sit at every table and talk to every person, they're like, I haven't seen my Aunt Linda and she's just recovered from cancer and I don't know how long she's going to be here. So I'm just going to choose to sit and talk to her for a half an hour.
Yeah.
We get to choose. And brides will say, well, is it okay if I do it this way? It's your day. As long as you're legally married at the end of the day, do it however the fuck you want.
Yeah.
It really doesn't matter.
It doesn't. And whether you are 20 years old, if you're watching this podcast and you're 20 years old, thank you.
Well, no matter what age you are.
Yeah.
Thank
If you're
you.
20, if you're 30, if you're 40, if you're 80, it's never.
What about 52?
Or 52
I
or
just turned
60
52 yesterday.
tomorrow.
I need more wine, please.
It doesn't matter if you start this practice at age 20 or age 80. It's not too late to start doing this. It's not too early to start doing this. You and you making a conscious decision that you're going to just take micro breaks, whether it be for an hour, 20 minutes, but every day, just taking, when I do mine, it's in the morning when I'm having my cup of coffee with my dogs.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I try to clear my head. I drink the coffee, and every morning I think, this tastes so good. I really, so I do that moment with my coffee. Me and my coffee have a moment. Man, I really enjoy this time of day. And then my little dogs come up and sit on my lap, and I'm petting them, and I don't even recognize that I'm petting them. But this calms me and centers me.
Yeah.
This is how I like to start my day, not feeling like the chicken with my head cut off, running around going, oh my God, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Because that could happen later in the day.
Yes.
It usually does. But I have to have some moments where everything feels okay and just feels chill.
And being present in those moments and realizing how the senses are hitting you. Like that's part of the Dolce Vita, like the sweet life. Like they're very like, we're just, even in a work day, let's just stop and have a cappuccino.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like they don't rush through things in Europe very often.
No.
And being present in those moments, I think really is kind of the key to happiness and intention in your life. It really, if you can't be present, you're just waiting for the next thing. You're not finding any sort of substance or growth in any of the things that you're doing because you're seeking. You're chasing instead of attracting.
Constantly chasing.
You're constantly chasing that dopamine. You're chasing that ticking a box. You're chasing that perfect life.
Keeping up with everybody else.
Exactly. So when we're chasing, we can't attract. So what I have chosen to do as of late in the last few years is I attract. I don't chase. If I want something, I do that thing. And again, if you want something, you'll find a way to pay for it. You'll find a way to make it happen. If it is really important to you that someday you visit New Zealand, you will find a way to do it if it's really important to you. But we tend to prioritize our time, our money, our energy into things that we think we're supposed to do or things that are sort of ticking a box, but not quite. But if the most important thing to you is that someday you want to like sit in New Zealand and have a glass of wine, you'll get there. But you have to like,
and you can't think, I'm going to go to New Zealand one day and just leave that alone. That's not how it works either. Because you can put off going to New Zealand every year because there is an amount of effort and like you said, you still want to be living in the moment and this and that, but there does have to be intention in the thing that you want to do, and there does have to be progression in that you figure out ways that you're going to get there. Now that doesn't have to be I'm going to work 17 extra shifts and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and blah, blah, blah. Because you won't enjoy it. If you're doing it like that, it's not going to work.
You're going to resent it.
But you can't think, oh, I'll go to New Zealand next year and then not have a plan for how you're getting to New Zealand next year. So
Sue also says you can't just sit on the couch with your hand down your pants and wish for a Ferrari.
Right.
You have to be taking action steps towards
right.
acquiring a Ferrari. Like you can't just sit there and like, oh, I'm going to manifest a Ferrari. Like you have to be walking along the path that will get you there.
There's a healthy way to make that happen.
Right, for sure.
And it's like this culture that we live in, which is very fast paced. It is very
exhausting.
It's exhausting. And
it's draining. We get burnout.
And sometimes you're doing all this work and one bill can come up and wipe out everything. Your plumbing can go out, your electrical, something can happen to your house, and all of a sudden your nest egg is gone, or
Yep.
you might not even have. So many of us right now don't even have a nest egg.
It is so rare for people to have like savings.
Yeah.
It's in like the 80 percentile where people are literally just paycheck to paycheck
Yeah.
in our country.
Most
And it's
people are
just,
one paycheck away from bad, bad, bad things happening. And it's not even our fault. It is what our society has
it's built on
evolved
that.
into.
It's
And
intentionally built that way.
they've made us be workhorses, and they have taught us to believe if you want more, work more. If you want things, then you need 2 jobs or 3 jobs. And I'll tell you, that is not quality of life. And
Nope.
that is not a way to live. And you will have serious ramifications emotionally and in your health if you work yourself like that. And our society in America
Rewards that.
rewards that.
And it's
So
built on that.
unhealthy.
It's intentionally built that way. So, some tips that I would give to kind of keep yourself in check is when you find yourself chasing and like next thing, next thing, next thing, force yourself to stop, take some deep breaths, say 3 things that you're grateful for today, touch in with all 5 senses. What can I touch? What can I hear? What can I smell? What can I see? What can I taste? Like, what are the things that'll bring me back into this meat suit that I'm in? All of the senses are there for a reason. Like right now, we're sitting in Napa, um, in a little inn in their garden area. There are kids playing maybe 30 feet from us. Um, the wind is blowing.
Yeah. It's
I
beautiful.
can hear
Sunshine.
cars with the water, like there's fountains and stuff all around us. We're surrounded by a beautiful garden. We didn't want to have it in the background because we don't want to have people, that
Yeah.
haven't signed a release on here. But the wind in my hair, I'm looking at like the hot pink hydrangeas, like there's grapevines right in front of us. It's really beautiful. And I'm tasting the wine and I'm seeing my best friend sitting in this beautiful light the day before his 60th birthday. And I'm hearing her wisdom and I'm hearing the laughter of the kids running by. And all of these senses are things that we can just like stop, quiet the noise, and check in with yourself and what's happening around me. Like, am I just so focused on, I have to get this report done? It's like, whew, okay, if you're just going to have lunch, like, you don't have to eat the shitty meal
Yeah.
from the drive through. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't take that much. Like, if you're going to take the time to go through a drive through, you can take that 10 minutes to plan something and do a cute charcuterie
You
or
know what?
something. Like,
Step off the hamster wheel.
yeah,
This is where you're at and you're trapped in there. And it takes a little bit of work to step out of it without getting flung out of it.
sure.
So we're all on a hamster wheel. Everybody has their own personal hamster wheel. And you have to slow down. Instead of running like this, you have to slow down enough that you can step off and have those moments when you're off the hamster wheel.
Check in with
So
yourself and your life and your surroundings. And if there's something that is really not okay with you, how can you fix it?
yeah.
Like,
Sometimes it's just about reconnecting with other people. It's like you've been on such a grind, or you've been so focused, or you've been having to do 2 or 3 jobs or whatever. Sometimes it is literally about, whoa, I haven't seen, Aunt Mary in 2 years now, and she only lives 40 miles away.
right.
Or I haven't seen my bestie in real life, and she only lives 2 towns over. It's like sometimes it's about taking a self-examination moment and going, wait, what am I doing?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is my week look like? What does my month look like? How can I integrate some connection back into that?
And time is the only commodity you can't acquire more of, no matter how much money or wealth you have.
Yep.
So if you are finding yourself running out of time, really try to assess how you're spending it.
Yeah.
Because everything that we're doing is a choice, right? I mean, some of the stuff is circumstance, but some of it's a choice. So really focus on those decisions.
Yeah.
And I think that can really change how our life unfolds in front of us and recognizing that we have some autonomy in how things are going to unfold. Right.
Absolutely.
So, what a fun topic. We were like at lunch now, and it's like, I feel like we should record from here, even though we don't have all the sound equipment, we don't have the lights, we don't have the camera. There's going to be background noise, we don't have proper lighting, but it meant a lot to us to be able to record this here in Napa and just kind of talk with you guys about La Dolce Vita that we were
Mhm.
talking about at lunch.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, as we always do, we're going to do 2 rapid fire questions. I know
Okay.
it's stressful. Okay. I will start.
All right.
How about that?
Okay.
Shelly, what is your favorite protein to go into a pasta?
Oh, goodness. I'm kind of torn between two because sometimes I like to do something like a seafood, like a shrimp.
Mm.
But I'd say my go-to is I like beef. I like either ground beef or some kind of sausage or something
hmm
with flavor. So yeah,
Those braised short ribs last night were so
that was insane. That was
so good.
So good.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So since we're here in Napa, I'm going to go with a Napa based one.
Why wouldn't you?
Okay. So of the olive oils.
Oh,
Okay. I'm going to go to the olive oil that we tested. They had 3 different categories. They had a light, kind of fruity one, a more medium, with a mild boldness, and then a very dense, flavorful, like heavy flavored. What is your preference?
I love the heavy, robust one.
Yeah.
That was my favorite for sure.
Yeah. I agree. That one, there was some really good, you guys, olive oil is.
Okay. So, Shelly, tomorrow is your 60th birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And you have said that your 50s have been the best decade of your life. What is your second favorite decade that you've been through?
Oh, goodness. I would say I'm going to go to my 40s because that's when I started my career. And where for the first time in my life, I really, really recognized I could be independent. I could fully 100% take care of myself and my kids, and that any partner I was going to have in my life was an option, not a necessity.
Yes.
Before that, I felt like I had to be in a 2-income house to be able to make things work.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when everything came to fruition, and everything from my college degree really started working in my favor. I got independence. I got
That's beautiful.
True independence in my early 40s. Yeah.
Okay.
So it was a big moment. Yep.
Second question.
Okay, for you. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to bounce that one back on you. Other than your current, where would you go in your past and say was your like aha decade?
Aha decade?
The one where you were like, I'm changing, I'm growing,
Ooh.
I'm coming into my own.
Every decade has different lessons, doesn't it?
It does.
Different challenges, different victories. I'm going to go. Oh, see, I had some real fucked up things happen in each decade too. Maybe my teens.
Okay.
There's so much growth, so much opportunity, so many like things that you're deciding which path you're learning. You're invincible as a teenager. Like nothing's gonna, this is when we jump off.
You're immortal.
Totally.
Yeah, there is a lot of magic. Immortal. There's like this airplane.
Yeah, this airplane.
Fly airplanes. Who knows?
I hope you guys can hear the airplane. Okay, y'all. Thank you so much for joining us here in Napa for our little glass of wine in the evening. This has been another episode of Hot Flash Chronicles. We really appreciate you being here. If you could give us a like, a follow, a share, a comment, and most importantly, a 5-star review wherever you're listening would mean the world. And until next time, we bid you adieu, la dolce vita, and ciao ciao. Arrivederci.
Bye.
Bye.
That's a wrap on this episode. If you laughed, related, or just need more, hit subscribe.
Check out the show notes to find us on socials and YouTube, and join our Patreon for exclusive extras.
And remember,
we're still hot,
just in flashes.